make learning a big part of your life and never stop. Hey. So I'm trying something new. I want to do some just super cozy, not super formal, very casual videos on my couch. I can give advice as like a big sister. And today I really wanted to just talk about my New Year's resolutions, just to give some ideas. How can I improve my life next year? And I'm gonna also talk about, I'm not just gonna give my resolutions, but I'm gonna also talk about how I actually plan on making them happen. And the reason I am the authority on this is because 2024 was actually a really good year for me as far as getting goals, accomplishing goals. Usually I don't. So I want to talk about some things that I got actually done in 2024. One of those was actually getting into vet school. And I was talking about this in one of my vlogs. I currently do not want to make a video on the process of getting into veterinary school. I think right now it was a super stressful time for me. I don't want to reflect on it right now. So I won't be talking about the process of getting into vet school. I won't be talking about my stats or anything. I just mentioned it to say that it was a goal that I did accomplish in 2024, that was probably my biggest goal and the one I'm most proud of. Another huge one is just significantly changing my eating habits. Significantly, like, oh my gosh. I eat so much better now. I eat super healthy, super well-rounded. I eat a ton of like whole foods. And me in 2023 versus me in 2024, the things that I eat are just so vastly different. And I have so much energy now. A lot of things are connected to your diet that you don't even think about. You treat your body well, it'll treat you well, and you'll be so surprised at the things that you have energy for, the things that you can accomplish, everything. So was able to gain a ton of muscle. I've been in the gym. That's a huge one. I've been just in the gym, and it's so weird for me because now it's something that I just feel like I can't live without. Like, I feel so inactive when I'm not going to the gym. But before, it was like such a chore for me. I hated it. And I will say, whenever I would try, like, it would be a New Year's resolution for me, and then I would try for like a month or a few weeks, I would be so exhausted after the gym and do like nothing else for the rest of the day. Or I would be starving after I got back from the gym and eat everything that I felt like I worked off in the gym or something. But it's one of those things, you have to be consistent. You have to keep going to the gym, and you'll find that the payoff is insane. I have so much energy. I feel so great after being active. I don't feel like I crash after like I did when I first started. And I don't feel like I'm so starving after. Because I really feel like 2024, I did actually reach goals. And I feel like that kind of thing, I feel like goals kind of make you a new person. Like, they really shape your personality. Like, because it's such a vast personality change to go from just living a very unhealthy lifestyle, not really caring about what you put in, not really caring about being active, to now it's such a priority for me, and I love doing it, and I feel like I want to go outside, like I want to go do these things and whatever. It's just like, wow, it's just two different people. So I feel like it's important to set goals. It's important to actually follow through with it, because you'll make yourself proud in the end. Near 2026, you'll be super proud of yourself. So do it. Don't just say, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to follow through, so I won't even make the resolutions. Like, still do it, please. I promise it's good. Let's talk about my resolutions. So my first big resolution for 2025 is to learn to speak Spanish fluently. I am Latina, and I do not speak Spanish. I am not fluent in Spanish. I don't sound like a native speaker. I have, what's it called? like reciprocal fluency or something like that. I don't know, that thing where like I can really understand Spanish very well, but I cannot speak Spanish back. And in the Latino community, it is very, very shameful and embarrassing on you and on your family if you do not speak Spanish. You are not considered like a true Hispanic, because a big part of being Hispanic is speaking Spanish, knowing the language. A language is a huge part of a culture, and I feel like a lot of people don't think about that. Although I walk the walk, you know, I feel like I really am invested in my culture, and like the music, different traditions and stuff like that. I feel like I have a pretty good knowledge of, but I just don't speak fluent Spanish, and so it's really hard to connect, I feel like, with that side of my family without really knowing Spanish. By 2026, I will know Spanish. I'm putting it out there. And every year I feel like I very passively learn little by little more, but I just am not where I need to be at where I am in my life, according to me. And I think that it's something that I've been trying to get really good at ever since I've been really young, and I just give up. I get very frustrated and I give up, and I think it's because of that like emotional connection to it, that it is, like I said, it is very shameful, and you are really looked down upon. And I don't know how to explain it. If anybody else is in a similar situation, even if it's not Spanish, then you understand exactly what I'm talking about. That feeling of like, even if your family does like accept you for you and love you and everything, you do feel you're by yourself, that you don't even really accept that part of yourself. And part of me is like, well, I shouldn't accept it. I think I should do better and learn it. So that's a huge goal for me in 2025. That's my number one goal, actually, because I think it's time. I think it's time to be fluent. How am I going to do this? So one big thing is just immersion. I have to immerse myself. Something I did this year, actually only recently, maybe like a month or two ago, was turn my phone into Spanish, like change the settings. So now my phone is Spanish. I feel like, though, it's been long enough for me to have learned anything from that. I have not learned anything from doing that. Everyone says you will, but unfortunately, if you have had your phone, if you've had like an iPhone for however long you've had it, you just know where everything is. So I don't really need the words at all. There is no need for me to know them. One thing I just started that I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually really good and no one's talking about it, is using ChatGPT to talk. Just to talk. Like, tell it about my day, and whatever else I want to talk about, and it corrects me and it talks back to me, and it's really helpful. It's super helpful. So I've been doing that. I think that's something I want to try to do every day. Like at the end of the day, tell ChatGPT how my day was and get corrected and have like a good 10-15 minute at least conversation with it, and just get really good that way. Because even when I first had like one conversation, I was like, oh my gosh, I do not know the word. I don't know. And then she was like, it's this. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so perfect. Like, who's doing this? Let me know. And in 2025, I really do want to go somewhere that speaks Spanish, like I was talking about. I don't know where, if it is actually to Nicaragua, or if I want to go just to like Colombia, like somewhere like that. I don't know. I don't have a plan yet, but somewhere where I can go for like at least a month, take a break whenever I'm having a break from school, immerse myself and force it. No one will speak English to me. I don't have a choice, and I'm forcing it. Another thing that I've already done, I actually really enjoy, because it makes it more like a classroom setting, but I don't have to go to a class, is using like Coursera. That's an amazing platform, and there are other ones like that, like Skillshare, and like, I don't know about Skillshare, but I know Coursera is free, and I have taken a Spanish class there, and it was healthcare Spanish, because I really want to be able to practice in Spanish as well when I get my license. But also I took a poetry class, and it's just like, this was free, and I have classmates, you have homework, and we did peer reviews and stuff we did like little workshops in my poetry class, and we have exams and quizzes in my Spanish class. Make learning a big part of your life, and never stop. It's like with writing, with poetry, reading, stuff like that, like these things change you. Whenever I watch a movie, like a super deep, amazing movie, it changes me as a person, and I feel like I'm such an accumulation of all of the you are what you consume, truly. So I think definitely being a learner and being more particular about what you consume and what you're reading, what you're watching, that kind of stuff will really form you as a person, and you'll feel like you're learning through other people's experiences as well, on top of your own experiences, and it's so valuable. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but learn things. Go to a class, go to a pottery class. That's one thing I've been wanting to do, is pottery. Go to a Pilates class. Like, those things that you've kind of like been thinking about in the back of your head, like, go do them in 2025. Go do them. Learn how to do these things. I promise it's worth it. And there's a reason that your mind is like, it's your soul, it's not even your mind. Your soul is like begging you, like, I want to learn something new, I want to be this person, like, I want to learn this. Let it do that. Let it. You've been wanting to learn this new language, like, it's okay, go do that. It's okay. You're yearning for it for a reason. You want to be this person. You want to be this person who is this culmination of all of these different cultures and different backgrounds. When you learn a new language, it's like you're learning of a different group of people. Like, that's why these polyglots and everything, like, they love doing that. That's why I loved French. I feel like I have this connection with like the French culture, because I'm able to, if I ever were to go to France, I speak French. Like, I don't know. Anyway, that's my big thing. I feel like that's one thing that leads me to have goals, have resolutions and stuff like that. These things, accomplishing these things, they all just make you a better you and a more well-rounded you. And it's, I don't know, you're more proud of yourself as a person for when you learn, when you're more you're more open-minded, you're more accepting of other people, because you learn new things. You read a new book, you watched a new movie, you gained a new perspective. When you go to a pottery class, you learn how it's not easy. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's so relaxing. You learn why these people do these things. When you spend time with people, around people who are masters of their craft and who have dedicated their lives to it and love it, you gain a serious appreciation for that person and for their craft, because it's just like a reciprocal, like, my next resolution. So my next resolution is to travel. I feel like I kind of went into this a little bit. But obviously I've kickstarted by moving here, but I do want to do more traveling while I'm actually in school. I don't want to feel like I had my nose in the textbook for 5 years, you know? I want to look back and be like, yeah, like, I loved about school. Like, I learned a lot about animals and everything, but I also did all this traveling throughout, and I learned about all these other people and all these other cultures and stuff. So the next thing is reading. I feel like I have this on my list every year, but every year I actually do it. I actually do read every year, and I feel like I read more every year. So this will just be reading more this year. Currently, I do have my book with me. Freshwater. I am not very far into this. I'm very confused, but it's supposed to be really good. I really want this to be the year that I'm reading more classic literature. I'm reading more literary fiction. Those two. Just especially classic literature. I want to get a little bit more knowledge of like literary techniques and stuff like that. just so I can be better at analyzing books. Same with movies. I feel like I love movies. I love film. I love like foreign films and stuff like that. Like, oh my gosh. And I feel like I have this whole repertoire of like movies that I love, that if you were to like be like, oh, can you analyze like some of the techniques that they used and blah blah blah, I would be like, nope, I just really loved that movie. But I do want to be better at knowing things about movies and knowing how to truly critique a film. So that might be a goal too for 2025. I'm not super concerned about that. I really am more of a casual movie watcher. I just love watching movies and learning new things through movies. And I also really want to, for reading this year, I do want to keep better track of what I've read. I'm not really great with that, and then I'll forget. So I'll probably be on Goodreads a little bit more. Maybe same with my Letterboxd with movies, but I don't know why I just never log stuff. And okay, so like I said, this year 2024 I've been really good with going to the gym. I've been active. I walk, I hike, everything. I even started running a little. I do not stretch, and it's so bad. It's so bad on your body, and my muscles are probably like, what the heck are you doing? You just started this and you're already like killing us. So this is a very small one, and it's so easy, like literally 10 minutes a day. Just do it. I really want to start stretching, probably just before bed. I stretched last night. It felt amazing because I mowed the lawn and I used a push mower. It killed me. It literally killed my arms. So that's one thing, just letting your muscles recover, doing a stretch before bed, nothing crazy. So that's a resolution for me, because for some reason it's just so hard for me to just do. So I'm gonna do it this year. Seriously, I'm gonna start stretching. So yeah. The next two are more spiritual. So I really want to start reading my Bible every day and doing a little devotion, like probably every morning, and then also making sure I'm going to church. Is YouTube. So really want to be putting out vlogs, putting out videos, and getting good at it. I need to get like equipment and stuff, I know. But for now, it's gonna stay casual. It's gonna stay big sister, best friend vibes for now. Next one is drinking water. Just need to do it. Just have to do it. I do drink water. I tend to drink it while I'm doing like whatever physical activity I'm doing for that day. So I will say on lazier days, I just don't get enough water in. I'll drink it while I'm like having meals, not just sipping on it throughout the day. So I think I want to get better at that. Just like throughout the day, just having a sip of water every once in a while, just having my water bottle with me constantly and just sipping it. The thing that I just added was, because I thought of it earlier, was hiking. This is another one that I just started in 2024, which like, oh my gosh, now I'm doing this, I'm realizing how good I did in 2024, like, oh my gosh. But doing it, and I love it. I love hiking, and now that I'm in New Zealand, this is like the best place to be a hiker. And I've already started. Since I've been here, I've been on a hike a few times, a few different places that I've driven to and done a hike. But here they have like 5-day hikes here that people actually like really camp out and do a whole hike. And or they have some where like you go there in the morning, someone drops you off in the morning, and then someone picks you up at night, and you've done the hike throughout the day. It's like an 8 or 9 hour hike. And so I really want to do those. I feel like that'll help a lot with like me seeing new places and maybe even meeting new people. Goals, do them, be proud of yourself, and enjoy your year. But even with just something like going to the gym, you'll find that you learn a lot of things about routine. You'll learn a lot of things about how you want to do your split. What days you want to rest, what works for you, what works for your body, and you learn things about your body itself, which is, everyone's body is different, and so it's a very valuable thing to learn about your body. So even that is learning something. So happy end of the year. I'll do more videos probably related to this kind of stuff, but this was just the first one in preparation for the end of the year. So yes, I hope this was helpful. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.